श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वर गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विशेषभूरोगणां सर्वविद्यानां श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्ये सर्वदा। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नाराद्वैपायनष्टपटनिष्कृतं प्रमेयं पुण्यं पवित्रं मदभावारं शिवञ्जः यो भारतं समधिगच्छति वाच्यमानं किं तस्य पुष्करजले विशेषणेन यो गोशतं कनकशङ्कमयं ददाति विप्रावेदुषे च बहुश्रुताय एकाञ्च भारतकथां तृणीयान् समग्रां तुल्यफलं भवति तस्य चेति व्यासं शक्ते पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे शुकदातमुदपोनिधिं व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधे वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। नमो धर्माय महदे नमः कृष्णाय वेदसे ब्राह्मणेभ्यो नमस्कृत्य धर्मान् वक्ष्यामि शाश्वतां नमो भगवते तस्मै व्यासाय देशे यस्य प्रसादात् वक्ष्यामि नारायणकथामिमाम्। Previously we were looking at Kurukshetra battle day 10 which started with Shikandi coming in front of Arjuna and Pandavas, all of them united together going against Bhishma, trying to kill him, and on the other side, Kauravas resisting that Pandava army coming towards, especially Dussasana, halted Arjuna's progress towards Bhishma, and we were looking at that. So, listening to this, Dhritarashtra asks, how did Bhishma fight in that 10th day against Pandavas, and Srinjaya asks, how did Kurus resist Pandavas in that battle, and how did describe all those things what Bhishma did. And Sanjaya he continues his narration. He says that in that battle, Bhishma and Arjuna, that was great battle that took place on that day, and on that 10th day, it was very awful carnage that took place there. Bhishma, with his knowledge on various weapons, he repeatedly killed thousands and thousands of warriors on the Pandava side, and many of them, nobody knew who they were, their families, or where they come from, what they did, and their bravery and everything, but they all bravely gave up their life for Yudhisthira's cause in front of Bhishma. So by Bhishma, they all killed. So like this, Pandavas were slaughtered on that day by Bhishma, and after killing many thousands and thousands like that, Bhishma desired to give up his own life. He did not wish to continue in this battle, and he thinks to himself that I will not kill any more large number of these warriors who coming from all part of the world and supporting either army. I will not kill anybody, and things like that. He decides that he should give up his life, and he then approaches, seeing Yudhisthira near him. He calls Yudhisthira and tells him that I don't want to continue with this body anymore. So I have passed large number of people already killed by me in this battle. So do something, placing Shikandi in front of Arjuna, come and kill me. So he again instructs Yudhisthira to start an attack. Hearing this, Yudhisthira urges his forces to advance towards Bhishma, and he says that Arjuna is going to protect you, Bhima is there, he's going to protect you, go and attack. Shikandi is there in front of them, so he says that when Shikandi goes there, he will definitely kill Bhishma. So like this, he urges, and then Arjuna continues with placing Shikandi ahead of him, rushes towards Bhishma. And on the other side, Drona, Ashwatthama, Dussasana, and many others, Duryodhana's brothers, they all come together. They all stop Arjuna, Shikandi, their progress, and also all the Pandava warriors. So, but Pandavas on the other side, Arjuna was supported by Chedis, Panchalas, they all supported Bhi, and they all head towards Bhishma. Similarly, Ashwatthama, Drishtaketu, similarly, Satyaki went ahead, and he had battle with Ashwatthama, Drishtaketu, with Puru, Yudamanyu, with Duryodhana, Virata, with Jayadratha, and like this, they had many battles. So the battle continued again. Every time Pandavas tried to make progress towards Bhishma, another wave of Kaurava warriors coming and having battles like this. So the battle between Kuru warriors and Pandavas continued as Arjuna tried to make progress. Abhimanyu, for example, has a great battle with Duryodhana, and similarly, Ashwatthama has battle with Satyaki, Parva has battle with Drishtaketu. So Drishtaketu, both of them again striking each other, cutting the bows, and both of them losing their horses, charioteers. Then both of them jump down from their chariot, taking swords and with a shield, and then rush towards each other. So Drishtaketu in that battle strikes his sword to the shoulder joint of Parva, and at that time Parva jumps onto Jayasena's chariot and was rescued from Drishtaketu. Chitrasena similarly has battle of Susharman on the Pandava side. There is a Susharman on the Pandava side, and there's one on, we know, also on the Kaurava side, Trigartha king on the Kaurava side. So here the Pandava side, Susharman has battle with Chitrasena. Similarly, Abhimanyu has battle with Brihatbala, with great battle continues between them. Bhima again has battle with large number of elephants, that's forces that's coming towards protecting Bhishma. So Yudhisthira has battle with Shalya, Jayadrasa with Virata. Like this, the battle continues one after another. Drona with Drishtadhyumna. So each of them has battle with one another. Arjuna then tries to make progress towards Bhishma. At that time, Bhagadatta comes there, and he, with his huge elephant, comes there, and Arjuna resists that elephant movement through his arrows, and he urges Shikandini to continue progressing towards Bhishma and saying that I will protect it, continue. So seeing Arjuna's arrows coming towards him and stopping that his elephant moving, Bhagadatta leaves Arjuna, abandons, and then he goes to have battle with Drupada. So again, Arjuna was supported by Drupada and others. So Drupada was there, he takes over Drupada's battle. So Arjuna then continues towards Bhishma. Shikandini again coming up near Bhishma, he strikes him with many great arrows. Bhishma again, in that, even though arrows coming from Shikandini did not strike him, but instead continued to attack the forces that are coming from Pandava's side, and he kills again large number of troops, full 14,000 great warriors he kills, in that belonging to Chedis, Kashis, Kurushas. All of them were killed by Bhishma coming towards them. Nobody from Pandava's side were brave enough to go near Bhishma, but still, depending on Arjuna, they still rushed there. Arjuna and Shikandini were the only two with the aim of killing Bhishma. They continued to rush. So as Shikandini approached Bhishma in that battle, he strikes with Bhishma's chest with 10 arrows, but Bhishma looks at him in anger, but did not strike back. Arjuna then addresses Shikandini saying that, rush, go and strike again, Bhishma. So I don't see anybody else in Yudhisthira army who is capable of fighting Bhishma. So you are the only one, go and fight. He encourages Shikandi. So like this, Shikandi continues to make progress towards Bhishma. Bhishma again fights Arjuna with large number of arrows, but avoiding Shikandi. Then again, Dussasana comes there and he has battle with Arjuna. So in addition to resisting Arjuna, he stopped Arjuna from making progress. So the battle continues, and Dussasana, in that battle, he was pierced by Arjuna with large number of arrows, and he fell down from earth. So Arjuna, in that battle, like that, defeating Dussasana, he continues to make progress towards Bhishma. So the battle continues. Shikandini continues to rush towards Bhishma and strike Bhishma, but Bhishma laughingly takes all those arrows and does not even feel any pain being struck with those arrows coming from Shikandi. So Duryodhana, saying this, he addresses all his warriors again, encourages all of them to rush towards Bhishma and protect him. So saying this, he again says that if Bhishma is there, we all protected. So go and make sure that Bhishma is protected. So then many of them will come and start facing Arjuna. So many tribal and army forces, troops coming from various places, Nishadas, Sauviras, Balikas, Daradas, and western, northern areas, Malavas, Abhigas, Surasenas, Shibis, Vasatis, Shalvas, Shakas, Trigartas, Ambatsas, Kekayas, Videhas, Kalingas, all these, the Sherakas, all these troops, they all come and start attacking Arjuna. But Arjuna again, using his celestial weapon, he kills thousands and with thousands and thousands of arrows, he destroys that troop that coming towards them. So like that, destroying that troop, and he's striking Dussasana as well. He rushes towards Arjuna, kills Dussasana's horses and charioteer. Then with 20 arrows, he removes Vingsati's from his chariot, and then he strikes at Kripa, Vikarna, Shalya with many arrows. Then like this, Arjuna fights, and then all the troops on the Kaurava side started running away from Arjuna because he was fighting with such a vigor and they could not resist him. So Bhishma again in that battle continues to battle, even though he wanted to die. Again, he did not give up the weapons at that time, so he continues to battle and continues to kill thousands and thousands, invoking celestial weapons. He kills thousands of Pandava warriors, horses, elephants, rathis, chariot riders, everybody, they all fell down, broken standards, wheels, flags, everything was scattered all over the battlefield. Elephants, horses, chariot riders, everything fallen on that ground from Bhishma. So he again fights Arjuna coming there in his sight, and then again Shikandini rushes towards Bhishma and facing in front of Arjuna. The battle continues. Again, Bhishma continues to fight with Arjuna with many, many arrows, and Arjuna as well covers Bhishma with a large number of arrows, and the battle between them continues in great force. So Bhishma in that battle, he kills in anger, kills thousands of Srinjayas, Pandava warriors that's coming there, like using the weapons that was given to him taught him by Parashurama. Those weapons, invoking all of those celestial weapons, divine weapons, he all those astras, he kills 10,000 warriors of chariot riders, rathis, he kills on that day. So on that 10th day, he kills single-handedly, he kills 10,000 elephants, he kills 7,000 great chariot riders from Matsyas, Panchalas, and then he also kills 5,000 foot soldiers, and then 1,000 elephants, and then 10,000 horses, and also he kills many other forces that's coming through. And also in that battle, he kills Virata's brother Shatanika, who was advancing, and he kills him in that battle. So like this, many killed by Bhishma in that battle. All of them, anybody who is approaching Bhishma, were sent to Yama's place on that day, and Bhishma fights continues like that. And seeing this, Krishna tells Arjuna that Bhishma, he is there standing himself between the two armies, and he is destroying everything that's coming towards him. All the troops, force that's coming towards him, he's destroying everything. Go and put an end to it. And Arjuna then again goes after Bhishma. So the battle again continues, and Shikandini comes again, strikes, but Bhishma chooses not to strike him, and he strikes all the troops that's coming with Shikandini, but not strike him. So Shikandini again kind of repeatedly laughingly strikes at Bhishma, and Bhishma did not kill, but on the other hand, he kills 7 Maharathis that were with Shikandi. He kills all of them. So like this, the battle continues, and Arjuna placing before Shikandi before him, he strikes Bhishma repeatedly as well. So the battle between them then continues, and then with many hundreds of arrows, Shikandi strikes at Bhishma, and Arjuna at that time as well, using the opportunity, he strikes Bhishma and he pierces the coat of the armor that Bhishma was wearing. So then pierced by that, Bhishma like that, Arjuna strikes, but then again Shikandi as well, he strikes and he strikes Bhishma's armor, but Bhishma, even though was injured like that by Shikandi, he did not feel any pain and he did not strike back. He continues to fight. So then Satyaki, Bhima, Arjuna, Drupada, Virata, Drishtadyumna, all of them united together. They all go against Bhishma and they all strike, but Bhishma alone checks all of them. So Arjuna in that battle, he cuts off Bhishma's bow. And then at that time, again on the Kaurava side, Kritavarma, Jayadratha, Bhurishrava, Shala, Shalya, Bhagadatta, all of them tried to come there and they all could not stop Arjuna, what he did. And even they all tried to stop, but Arjuna facing all of them still managed to cut Bhishma's bow. And then again, battle continues between Kaurava and Pandava warriors, and Bhishma takes up new bow and then he continues to fight. And again, as soon as he takes new bows, Arjuna cuts off that again with another arrow. So then Bhishma taking up a large arrow, he strikes, releases that towards Arjuna. Arjuna again taking that with 5 sharp arrows, he cuts that into 5 pieces and then he cuts that into pieces and then that falls off the ground. So Bhishma then began to reflect. He said to himself that with a single bow, I could have killed all the Pandavas if Krishna himself, Vishnu himself is not there as their protector. For 2 reasons, I cannot fight the Pandavas. Because one is they are unslayable because Krishna is protecting them, and also second is Shikandi is there, who is femininity because of his femininity. Formerly he was female, and Bhishma also reminds that previously when Kali, that is Satyavati, wedded Shantanu, at that time his father gave him a boon that he will live as long as he can choose the hour of his own death. And Bhishma thinks that that time has come now. So thinking like that, Bhishma makes a decision that the time has come for him to die. So at that time, the rishis, Vasus, all of them stationed in the sky, they all say that whatever you have decided is approved by us. We all agree with you. So withdraw your heart from this battlefield. So they all agree with that. So when they say that to Bhishma, this cool air started breezing and nice flower shower fell on the Bhishma and all the auspicious signs started coming. And then having listened to those words of the rishis and the Vasus, Bhishma then rushes again towards Arjuna in that battle in the hope that he can end this battle and he can end his this pain he's going through in that battlefield. So Shikandini again in that battle strikes Bhishma with 9 sharp arrows in the chest, and then Arjuna drawing his Gandiva, he strikes Bhishma with 25 arrows. Once more Arjuna angrily strikes hundreds of arrows towards Bhishma, and like that, pierced by thousands of arrows, Bhishma again pierced those strike. Bhishma was pierced with many arrows. So Arjuna in that battle, placing Shikandi ahead of him, he once more cuts off Bhishma's bow, and then Bhishma takes another bow, and then Arjuna cuts off again like this. So like this, many arrows, many bows he takes up, and then Arjuna cuts off one after another. And then after that, Bhishma did not wish to continue that battle with Arjuna anymore, and he later again when pierced by like that, Arjuna pierced him with 25 arrows again. At that time, Bhishma addresses Dussasana saying that, look at this Arjuna, he is striking me alone with many thousands of arrows. He is incapable of being defeated in this battle, just like Indra himself. He cannot be defeated even with Devatas, Rakshasas, Danavas, everybody united together. They cannot, but I could have defeated even Devatas, Danavas, everybody, but Arjuna can defeat me. So what shall I say about this Arjuna? So Bhishma, while he was saying that, Arjuna with sharp arrows placing again Shikandi ahead of him, he strikes Bhishma, and Bhishma again uh, tries to strike back at Arjuna with sharp arrows, and then he tells Dussasana once more that the arrows that's continuously coming towards me in a single line, they are from Arjuna. They are not Shikandi's arrows that's hitting me. The arrows that cutting me through, piercing me, my coat of mail, my were striking me like mushalas, so that is the pounding stick that used. So like that, that's striking through, they are not Shikandis. The arrows that's coming and striking me like Brahmadanda, so Brahmanas hold a danda, the stick, right? So that Brahmadanda, because once a Brahmana strikes with that Brahmadanda, that means there is no protection, right? It is like Indra's Vajra. So like that, the arrows that's coming, they are not Shikandis. Like the maces, the spiked bludgeons, all these, like that, those arrows that's coming and striking, they are not Shikandis. Like the angry snake releasing poison that's penetrating through my body, they are not Shikandis, because they are all coming from Arjuna's Gandiva. So the Shikandi's arrows, they do not cause me any pain or anything. It is the Arjuna's arrows that's coming in a single line, that's what causing me pain. So saying this, Bhishma again, as if he's going to continue to fight, he continues to take up, and he takes a sword and a shield, because bows one after another Arjuna was cutting through. So he takes up the sword and shield, but Arjuna quickly cuts off with the arrows those shield with hundreds and pieces. Then Yudhisthira, seeing this, he urges his troops to rush towards Bhishma, saying that Arjuna is taking control of Bhishma, go and rush, it is time to kill him. So then Kauravas as well, wishing for Bhishma's protection and his victory, they all rush towards that troops coming towards Bhishma, urged by Yudhisthira. So the battle between them takes place. Although in that battle, Bhishma was pierced with every limb on his part. In that 10th day, he stayed still calmly in that battlefield. So he killed 10,000 warriors on that day, on the 10th day. So then Arjuna, in that battlefield, he strikes Bhishma again, and all the warriors on the Kauravas side started running away. And Sanjay narrates that even he himself ran away from that battlefield. The Sauviras, Kiratas, Easterners, Westerners, Northerners, Malavas, Abhishasas, Surasenas, Hibis, Vasatis, Salvas, Shayas, Trigarta, Ambasas, Kaikeyas, all these warriors, all of them abandoned Bhishma. If you remember, when Sanjaya comes to beginning of this Bhishma Parva, when Sanjaya comes to Dhritarashtra and tells him about Bhishma's death, first question Dhritarashtra asked was, did my side people abandon Bhishma in that battle? Because Bhishma was unslayable, nobody can kill him. If Bhishma has been killed, if you're telling me that Bhishma has been killed, Sanjaya, did my troops abandon? Okay, the answer to that comes here towards the end of this 10th day, where Sanjaya's narration, where looking at that Arjuna fighting like that, all the troops that's Duryodhana assembled, all of them abandoned Bhishma. That's what Sanjaya says here. So then, even then, those troops running away like that from Arjuna, the Kuru warriors, they all still, like Dronas, Jayadratha, and all the others, they still continue to fight, and they continue to face the other Pandava warriors that's coming through and face them. So the battle continued, and there was, but Arjuna at that time was freed from all the troops attacking, so he can focus on Bhishma, and he strikes with hundreds of thousands of arrows. And then there was not a single space in not a small space in 2-finger space in Bhishma's body where the arrow was not struck by Arjuna. So like that, he was injured, hurt, pierced throughout the body by Arjuna. And as the sun was about to set, just before that, Bhishma falls from his chariot, facing his head towards east. He falls from that chariot. As he falls, loud cries of alas, oh, and everybody started crying. And seeing him falling down from that, hearts of all the Kaurava warriors fell with him. So Bhishma falling from that chariot, he, as you said, his head towards east, but he did not touch the ground because his body was so much pierced with the arrows. He did not touch. The arrows held him floating on the ground. So his body was entirely pierced with the arrows. So at that moment, even though he was like that, lying on the bed of arrows, the cloud poured cool shower over him, and earth trembled. And so, falling like that in that Dakshinayana, he did not want to die at that time. He did not lose his senses, even though he fell from this chariot, because it was Dakshinayana. He did not want to die. So everybody, all these rishis and everybody assembled in the sky, they started saying, why Bhishma, that great warrior, why he is dying in the Dakshinayana? Because death in Dakshinayana is not good. So that means it's rebirth. Uttarayana death is, we'll see that in Bhagavad Gita as well. So where Krishna explains that Uttarayana death is said as the one that's the path to moksha. So why he's dying like that? And when Bhishma hears all those words, he says that I am alive. Even though I'm fallen from this chariot, I am alive. So like that, he did not lose his breath, and thinking that his resolve is to live on, all the rishis were sent from Manasa Sarovara, from who were living in that Manasa Sarovara, like the swans. Ganga sent all of them towards Bhishma, and all of them came to Bhishma, and then all of them said that why you want to live in Dakshinayana. So having said that, all those rishis worship Bhishma, and Bhishma tells them that I will not die during Dakshinayana. This is my resolve, and I will wait for the Uttarayana to come. Until that time, I will hold my breath. So because my father previously gave me a boon that I can hold my breath, so I will hold my death till that time, till that Uttarayana comes. So having said this, the swans, those rishis, did a namaskara, and they went back. So like that, Bhishma fell down. The Pandavas, the Srinjaya warriors, the troops, everybody that assembled, they all became very happy. On the other hand, Kurus, headed by Krupa, Duryodhana, they all started crying in grief. The Pandavas, Bhima celebrated with Somakas, Panchalas, all of them celebrated Bhishma's fall in that. Rishis, Pitrus, all of them applauded Bhishma's high vows, and again, Pitrus of Bharatas, the ancestors of Bharatas also praised Bhishma. So like this, fallen from that chariot, Bhishma then enters yoga. Yoga means he mentally started completely meditating, and then that means he remained quite silent and expectant of that hour in Uttarayana. He became very quiet. Then Panchalas, Dhritarashtra, listening to this, he becomes again once more cries and is grief. He explains what did Panchalas and everybody do. And then Sanjay continues his narration. He says that once Bhishma has fallen, Dhritarashtra's, all the Kauravas, they were all sad, but on the other hand, Panchalas, Bhishma, Bhima, everybody, they were all very happy, and they were all celebrating with playing drums, carrying all those things. Then all of them started speaking as if this one great one has fallen, this one knowing all the Vedas, he has fallen, the one who knows all the weapons has fallen. Like this, they all started praising Bhishma. So the Rishi, Siddhas, Charanas, all of them started praising Bhishma at that time. And then Bhishma, when he was fallen like that, the Kauravas, all of them stood in shame. The Pandavas, on the other hand, celebrated their victory, and especially Bhima, having very happy face, he jumped and he blew his trumpet. is conscious and a great happiness. So again, on the Kaurava side, Karna, Duryodhana, all of them were very much grief-stricken. They were drawing long breaths. And then at that time, Dussasana, who was protecting Bhishma from the beginning of the day, he runs to Drona. And then he tells Drona, he informs Drona of Bhishma's death. So here Bhishma slaughters, even though he's not life is still holding on. He's effectively no longer used. He cannot stand up. He cannot do anything. So his Arjuna's arrows has made him that condition. So he informs of that Bhishma's slaughter. So Drona then suddenly falls down unconscious, hearing that he loses his sense, and then regaining his senses. He asks everyone to stop continuing the battle. So seeing Kaurava stopping battle, Pandavas as well stop the battle, and all of them giving up the battle for that evening. They all head towards where Bhishma was there. So all the warriors, both Kauravas and Pandavas, they assembled there, all of them coming there, and then stood before him. And then Bhishma, looking at them, says that, welcome all of you. So, and then he welcomes all of them, and then addressing all of them, saying, he says that my head is hanging down, I need a pillow. And then the kings assembled there, they go and get many excellent pillows made of great delicate fabrics for Bhishma. Then Bhishma says that these are not good for hero's bed. So, and he asks Arjuna, and he says, Arjuna, my head hangs down, give me a pillow. To what you think is the fit pillow for me, give me that. And Arjuna, stringing his Gandiva once more, salutes, now does namaskara to Bhishma, and then with tears he pulls his bow, and then he says, what should I do for you? And then Bhishma again says, my head is hanging down, do what you think is right, give me a pillow support for that. And then Arjuna says, okay, and then he draws his arrows, and then with mantras, inspiring with mantras, he releases arrows, and through those arrows, he makes a pillow or a support for Bhishma's head. And seeing this, Bhishma becomes very happy, and he says that what you did is the one what I was expecting you to do. Otherwise, if you had not done that, I would have cursed you, because as a Kshatriya observant of duties, this is how I should sleep in the battlefield, on the bed of arrows, not on a cushion pillows made of delicate cloths. So then he addresses all the kings and everyone assembled, surrounded him there. He addresses them, saying that this pillow, look at this pillow that's given by Arjuna. So I have, I'm waiting for the Uttarayana to come, sun to move, make his movement towards Uttara, northern direction, and then only I will leave. Till that time I will hear, but you, all of you, abandon this enmity between all of you and stop this fight. And then he, then again, there a lot of surgeons came, physicians came there to treat Bhishma. And then looking at them, Bhishma tells that these arrows that was gone through are not ordinary arrows. These are came from Arjuna. So you cannot do anything for me. So he tells Duryodhana that give enough for these doctors who came here, pay them well, and then I will, I have to go through these arrows, the pain of these arrows till I die. And then Duryodhana gives all the fees and everything to those physicians, and they all go back. And then all the Pandavas and Kauravas, all of them they return to their tents for the evening. Then Krishna and Pandavas assembled together. At that time, he addresses the Yudhisthira and tells him that Bhishma has been killed. So now the battle is yours. So you have won the battle. So, and then Yudhisthira again reminds him that it is through his grace only this has been done, and wherever there is Krishna, there is victory. He reminds that like this, the 10th night passes and the 11th morning starts. All the Pandavas, Kauravas, again, all of them go to Bhishma, and then all of them surround together. At that time, Bhishma, all of them were talking to one another, Kauravas, Pandavas, all the kings assembled there without any enmity between them. They all of talking to each other happily, like the days of old. They were all talking to each other. And then Bhishma at that time asked for some water, and then they bring water to him, but Bhishma says that these are not, they all been excellent juices for him. But Bhishma says, I cannot drink all of this. And then he again asks Arjuna, and Arjuna again inspiring mantras. He strikes with Parjanya weapon, he strikes at earth, and through that a spring comes out, and that feeds Bhishma. Bhishma drinks water through that. So Bhishma becomes very happy, and then after quenching his thirst through that, he again addresses all of them, and he asks all of them, saying that let me be the last person to die in this battle. So this battle, whatever that's starting, let it be stopped. So as human beings are in this world, as human beings are foremost in this world, as Garuda is the foremost among the birds, as ocean is the best among all the water bodies, and like cow is among all the quadrupeds, sun is among all the moving illuminating bodies on the sky, like Himalaya is the best among the mountains, like this Brahmanas are the best among the mountains. Arjuna is the best among the bowmen, and he will certainly destroy Kauravas, and also he tells Duryodhana that Bhima will definitely kill you. And also hearing this, Duryodhana becomes very dejected, and then Bhishma also tells Duryodhana that Arjuna knows all the weapons: Agni, Varuna, Soma, Vayu, Vishnu, Indra, Shiva, Brahma, Prajapati, Dhatri, Tastri, Savitri, Vishwat. All these weapons are known to him, and there is nobody that can defeat him. So they are incapable of being defeated. So make peace with them. Peace, you have to make peace with those Pandavas. So let my death be with my death, let this battle end. So you wanted to test whether we can defeat Pandavas or not. My death has proved that my defeat has proved that Pandavas cannot be defeated. If that's the proof you're looking for, stop this battle now. He again and again urges Duryodhana. He tells him to give the half the kingdom, Indraprastha, back to Pandavas. And then he says that by just killing all these kings in this battle, you will not attain anything. So give the kingdom back and make peace with them, and otherwise you will repent greatly. You will have to repent greatly. So having said this, with those affectionate words to Duryodhana, Bhishma again became silent, and he returns to, he applies himself to yoga. So that's again started meditating. So Sanjaya continues that having said this, Bhishma becomes very quiet, and then Karna approaches Bhishma. Karna approaches and he says that he introduces himself as, I am the one you always keep becoming angry. I'm here. So, and then, so Bhishma tells him that you are Kunti's son. I know all these things. That's why I forbade you from battlefield. And because you are sinfully born in this world, that is before Kunti's marriage you are born, that's why your heart is like that. So you do not see anything good in the Pandavas because of pride and your companionship with the low-minded people. That's why your heart hates whatever the persons of merit. So that's why you are like that. But in strength and things like that, you are equal to Arjuna itself. You regard Brahmanas very highly. You have great attachment to giving danas and things like that. So you are best among the men. So for this intestinal hatred is not good for you. So, and he urges him to stop battle, and Karna but did not listen. And Arjuna, you are equal to Arjuna, so stop this battle. So the Jarasandha also could not match you. You are devoted to Brahmanas. You fight always fight fairly. So the energy, strength in you are equal to Indra himself. So this anger you have against the anger I had against you, all that is gone. Destiny is incapable of being avoided by exertion. The Pandavas are your brothers, so that's why unite with them. So stop these hostilities and unite with them. So that's what Bhishma urges. But Karna, listening to this, he says that I know all this, what you said. I know that I am Kunti's son, and I know that Kunti abandoned me when I was born, and I was raised by a Suta. But having so long enjoyed the wealth of Duryodhana, I cannot falsify it now. So I cannot give up on that. Just like Krishna is there firmly with Pandavas, I will also make all my positions. I'll make presents to Brahmanas. I'm prepared to give away my positions, my body itself, my children, my wife, everything for Duryodhana's sake. Death from disease is not good for Kshatriyas, so I will have this death in this battlefield. I know that Pandavas are incapable of being defeated, but I will still continue to have this battle with them. I will try to defeat those Pandavas in the battle. This is my firm resolve. So Karna here says conflicting messages. He says he knows that Pandavas cannot be defeated, cannot be conquered, but also he says that his resolve is to defeat them. So he says that I want to do that, and that's how I am going to do. Hearing again, Karna also says that I'm not capable of removing those animosity I have towards Pandavas. And also he asks for forgiveness for any harsh words he has done or actions he has done against Bhishma. And Bhishma says that if you cannot remove that hatred towards Pandavas, then I will permit you to have that battle with Pandavas. So without anger, without vindictiveness, serve Duryodhana with you according to your power and according to your courage and observing the conduct of righteousness. So he says that do that, then you have my permission and obtain what you seek. So that is effectively heaven. So that's what he's seeking as a Kshatriya. So Bhishma says that obtain what you seek. And again, through Arjuna, you will obtain those regions while fulfilling your Kshatriya duties, freed from pride, relying upon your own might and energy, engage in that battles. Since as a Kshatriya cannot have a source of greater happiness than a righteous battle. So he says that he gives permission to like that. So having said this, he blesses Karna, and then Karna leaves, having saluted Bhishma and asking him obtained his forgiveness and also his permission to take part in this battle. Karna leaves Bhishma. So with that, this Bhishma Parva ends. Next time we will look at just recap on this, and then we start Drona Parva, where a lot of events takes place. At this moment in Bhishma Parva, the lot of battle took place. The troops died in large numbers, but not many large characters. Okay, so the key characters in this battlefield, except Bhishma, all of them kind of survived this battle. Right. So the main warriors we talk about, the Shalyas or any of these warriors you talk about, right? The key person that come as Maharathis. So all of them, they survived, made it through. So next Drona Parva, all that starts. So we'll look at that when we next time gather.